You're live. Hey, scoot over a pinch. You guys can see the strip. There we go. You guys don't look at me anyway. All right. Welcome. Welcome, whoever just joined. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to play a little music over here. Okay. In and out, just like that. Hey, Tracy. Welcome. Crossover. First time catching the live. Oh, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I know it's difficult for us to have a specific time every single week, just because, well, life, like today, we had to get our AC repaired, and they actually just wrapped up about 5 minutes ago. And work here in Vegas and just life like everybody else. So it's kind of difficult to say the same time every single week. So I appreciate you guys being flexible with us. And we do find that sometimes a little bit later, we get more viewers. So it's just kind of depends. All good. Thank you. Appreciate it. So we'll get started here. And as always, so we're going to start this live with, we'll talk about weather, and then we'll talk about some news, and then we'll talk about some winners. There have been a couple of big winners. There's been a lot of winners, but a couple of notable ones that I wanted to share with you guys. I love seeing people win. Love hearing about people win. One day it'll be me. Maybe I'm manifesting it by continuing to talk about all the winners. So we'll talk about winners, and then we'll talk about events happening in the Valley this weekend, because there's a lot. And last week, I apologize, we're down at the Flamingo, and right there, wanted to get there extra early, and I was like, great, we can do the live right down there. And I always forget, and I learned this lesson the hard way every single time. The Wi-Fi is just so spotty throughout the entire property down there. So literally like 5 feet from where you are, you can have no service or great service. So I apologize for that. Thank you guys for being patient and continuing to tune in and support us here on Ninth Island Connection, where we're just sharing Vegas with you guys. And as always, I'll start this by saying anything that we talk about, whether it's an event, a restaurant, anything at all, we don't get, we're not sponsored by anyone here on our YouTube channel. Nobody pays us to talk about anything specific. This is just sharing with you things that are going on in Vegas. And do we miss things from time to time? Absolutely. Because every single day there's something else being announced or something is canceled. It's pretty, thank you, Len, appreciate it. You're welcome. So always do your research with that particular event before you come to town, because we've seen events like Adele was canceled, I think an hour before. Ed Sheeran was at Allegiant. I think it was just a couple minutes before the opening band was supposed to play. That event was canceled right there on the spot. So that we have no control over. All right, so let's talk about the weather. It's actually fall weather in Vegas right now. It's perfect. During the day, you've got daytime highs in the mid 80s, depending on where you are in the valley. The further south you are, it tends to be a little bit warmer. But in the evenings, it's cooling down into high 50s and 60s. And believe it or not, on the October 2nd, there was snow on Mount Charleston already. So there's already snow up in Mount Charleston, which is typical, but it's always funny to see, because being in the valley, if you guys have been on the outskirts of the valley, you can see kind of Vegas in the center there in this mesa, or this like landing down there in the valley, and then you see all the mountains. So you can actually see snow on the mountain, um, and it's 85 degrees of full sun where you are down on the strip or around the valley. So it's pretty cool. So the weather is absolutely perfect to get out of the casino, to explore Vegas. But keep in mind that Formula One is making it extremely difficult for folks to get around the Vegas Strip. It's taking a lot longer to get around town because of the increase in traffic. And Vegas is really, I speak about Vegas like it's an entity, because it is, right? It has a life of its own. And it's very difficult to get around town. You do have rideshare drivers, and we've seen them on the news, that are actively avoiding the airport and the strip because of the traffic. They're sitting so long in traffic waiting that it's not worth their time. They're not making any money. And in some cases, they're losing money based on how many rides they're actually able to get. So you can expect longer wait times at the airport, expect longer wait times at the hotels. It's going to take you longer if you're taking a taxi anywhere in town. So just expect that. Hey, Lewis, doing awesome. Thank you for asking. Thanks for tuning in. So just expect to wait. And, we've seen crowds. There's crowds at the airport, in the rideshare area. The taxi lines are long. Even if you're doing a shuttle, if you're pre-arranging a car, if you've got the limo budget that's picking you up at the hotel, whatever mode of transportation, just expect it to take longer wherever you're going. And be patient with those drivers. They don't want to be sitting. They'd rather be getting more rides. And the other people that are waiting with you, they're sharing the same experience. So be patient. There's really nothing that we can do to avoid the F1 animal right now, because it's a mess. And so I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but last week or so, there was actually a construction worker did lose his life working on the grandstands at Bellagio. Very unfortunate accident, and tough. But our condolences. And it does happen a lot here with these projects. Over the last 10 years, there's been several lives lost at the Fontainebleau that's set to open this fall. So there's a lot going on around the valley. But the number one thing, Formula One, the traffic is horrendous, and just expect to wait. All right, so that's it. A lot of strong opinions. We put up a video for an F1 video. I don't know if you guys watched it or not, but probably the most comments we got with the views that we have on that particular video. Very passionate. Some people are very, very angry. Very strong opinions, pro for or against Formula One. Just be kind to people. We're just sharing opinions here. No name calling. All right, so let's get into some of the stuff that's going on. So let's talk about MGM. So it looks like MGM, the hack is over. They're rebuilding. All of the machines are up and running. The ATMs are working. People are getting slips from the machines when they cash out. You can use your rewards cards again. All of that is up and running. The only thing that we see, you can book directly on the MGM website. You can book directly through the app. So all of that stuff is good to go. Now, the one thing that I did notice is that if you're not familiar, there's an app called My Vegas. They do slot machines, they do blackjack, they do pop slots, and really it's a rewards gaming app for MGM rewards. You can play these little slot machines on your phone through the app. You earn coins, and you exchange those coins for real things like 2-for-1 drinks at Tom's Urban there at New York, or a free room. Discounts on meals, discounts on shows. There's different things that you can get, and so it's real. If you want to play the app, it's a My Vegas thing. It's totally free. They don't pay us to recommend it, but we have used the rewards from time to time. But one thing that I did notice is that you cannot redeem any rewards until October 14th. So that's 10 days from now. So they're still having issues with the My Vegas app and how that is connecting to or M Life rewards system. They're not talking to each other. So typically, you redeem a reward in the My Vegas app, and then you can load it onto your reward. So when you go to redeem it, they can see it in your rewards, and they just put it on your card. And then you go, they give you a voucher, or if it's free play, you just put it in the machine and you're good to go. But those two are not talking to each other right now. So they're still working on that. And I guess a target date for that to be fixed is 10/14. So let's see, what else? What else do we have going on? The Raiders have donated $1 million to UNLV Athletics to help UNLV Athletics with their needs, stadiums and bleachers and all different things. On the app, yeah, everything else is available. Yep. Yeah, that issue, it does stink. Had free play to cash in. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, we got a Tom's Urban 2-for-1 on the Tom size drinks. It was obnoxious. Big draft beers where they have the 2-for-1s. We have people coming into town, visitors coming in, and so of course we'll be down there for that. And hey, DG, welcome. And when we redeemed the reward and we saw that, I was like, what a bummer. Tom's Urban is still fun. It's great people watching. It's right there in the park area. Still a cool spot. So we'll still go there, but just can't use the reward. Let's see. The Vegas Sphere is open. You guys have probably seen that. It's been all over social media. Everybody that's a regular on social media, like Vegas, Vegas Starfish, Vegas Polly C. Those are ones I just off the top of my head. Lydia in Vegas, all of those guys, everybody's talking about the Sphere. What you may not have seen, though, is that, so for example, U2 tickets are $400 for one ticket. What they're not telling you when you purchase that ticket, of course, you're going to have the fees and taxes and all of that stuff, right? $100 per car to park at the Sphere for an event like U2. I'm not sure if it's going to be $100 to park there, or you can valet for $150 at the Sphere. That is crazy. That is just absolutely ridiculous to charge $100 to park at an event that you're already spending upwards of $400 before taxes and fees for one ticket. So if you're going two people, husband, wife, a couple, husband, wife, whatever, whatever relationship you're in, typically it's going to be two people that are going together. So you're spending probably $1,000 on just tickets minimum, and then you're going to have to pay $100 for parking. It's just crazy. And who knows about the food and drinks and all of that stuff. I did hear that the food is amazing at the Sphere, much more elevated than like Allegiant Stadium, T-Mobile. But so I don't know what that cost, but I mean, it's going to be an expensive night out if you're heading over to the Sphere for an event like that. I'm curious if it's greed, right? How much is enough? How much money is enough money? This is crazy. But the only reason that they will pay that, and the only real value anything has, is what someone's willing to pay for it. So if that parking lot continues to be just packed every time there's an event, they're going to continue to charge $100. So I don't know, maybe everybody just boycott it and don't park at the Sphere, and they'll just have an empty parking lot, not making any money. Maybe they'll lower the prices. I don't know. But that's the situation there. But it did open, absolutely amazing. I've seen all the same social media that you guys have seen about the Sphere. Absolutely just breathtaking what they've done there. They really elevated entertainment here in Vegas. So just absolutely amazing down there. I can't wait to check it out. But we'll be going through the day. I'm not spending $500 for a ticket for U2 and then $100 for parking. That's just nuts. No, thank you. So let's see, what else do we have going on? The Wienermobile is going to be in town. And it's going to be around the valley, throughout the valley, at different Smith's grocery stores. And there are several Smith's grocery stores close to the Strip. You guys maybe have been there to get snacks and beer and water and stuff for your hotel room. Or if you drive in like we do, we always hit up Smith's on the way in, and we grab some water, and we grab whatever, pistachios, whatever we need to get on the way into town. But the Wienermobile is in town for the weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at different Smith's locations throughout the valley. I thought this was interesting because he made a big deal about it. Like it just got so much press, and maybe that's all it was about. Maybe it was just a press move. But Mark Wahlberg has sold his house here in Vegas. Um, we don't know if he's leaving Vegas because he just moved here a year ago, bought this house, moved in. He's been here for about a year, and he's already sold the house. But the biggest thing is that if he is leaving Vegas, um, sorry, just got a new event to talk about at the Sphere. If he is leaving Vegas after 1 year, he's leaving a winner. Because not only did he get publicity all over town, I shared with you guys before, he was just popping up at Bellagio, popping up at Stadium Swim downtown, serving people. He's got a tequila brand, and he was serving cocktails all over town, got a ton of press. He bought a house 1 year ago, bought the house. He's leaving Vegas a winner if he is leaving. He made a $2 million profit on the sale of his home here in Vegas. Now, again, I don't know if he's leaving Vegas. That's been kind of hush-hush, but he definitely did sell his house after 1 year, and he made $2 million with Formula One. I think it's great for Vegas overall, because the traffic stinks. It's crazy busy around the Strip. But I take the view of all of the jobs, the thousands of jobs that have been created due to Formula One, with construction, with if you're an electrician, if you're a contractor, if you're in the road repaving business, if you own traffic cones that you lease to cities and counties for projects like this. I mean, there's just so much jobs that have been created because of that, because of Formula One. Restaurants are busy, bars are full. So that's fantastic. But what they don't show you is outside of the Strip, the roads are horrendous for the most part. Some of the roads that you drive on, they feel like you're driving down a gravel road out in the middle of the woods somewhere. That's the part that I don't like about Formula One. There's so much money. The city has spent $37 million of taxpayer money to contribute to Formula One for the repaving. And there are roads that the locals use here. Like I said, they're like gravel roads out in the country. So I think it's kind of, you got to look at both sides. So I'm right down the middle. We won't be anywhere near the Strip for that weekend. Although the prices for rooms have plummeted. They have plummeted. I was on Caesars earlier today looking at rooms, and for Thursday or Friday, I saw room rates as low as $125 at Flamingo. But when you look at the MGM properties, they're selling packages for 3 nights with 2 tickets. And Park MGM, I just took a glance, Park MGM is $2,250 per night for that particular weekend. Now, you do get the 2 tickets. I've never been to a Formula One event. If you guys have, please let me know. Is that typical? Is it $1,000 for a ticket? Is it? I don't know what that costs. I did a little bit of research, and it seems to vary by region, the ticket prices, and whether you're getting tickets for all 3 or for just 1 day. But I just thought that's still just crazy that they're charging $2,250 for. Hey Vance, welcome. Thanks for the support. And so they're charging $2,250. So I took a look at Excalibur because I love Excalibur, stay there often. And they're charging like $1,200 per night for that weekend for Formula One weekend, over at Excalibur, which is absolutely nuts. Excalibur, I love you. Always have a fun time gambling there. Love the access to the other properties around you, but I will never spend $1,200 to stay at Excalibur. Sorry. Just really interesting. So let's see. Let's talk about anniversary. So Harrah's is celebrating their 50th anniversary the month of October. And Chris, can you rewind the thing for me, please? So Harrah's is celebrating their 50th anniversary, and they have like 50 stuff, right? So 50% off show tickets. They've got $150 prefix meals at Gordon Ramsay and Ruth Chris. They're doing something that I've never seen before. They're doing a 50K drawing in the high limit room. Oh, look at me. That's my life right there. They're doing 50K drawings in the high limit room. Now, the high limit room is behind the new bar that they built where Buck and Winnie used to be. And they've got that beautiful bar. They did just an amazing job in there. The high limit room is right behind that. So they're doing 50K drawings every single day throughout the month of October as part of their 50th anniversary. We're going to be down there Thursday. We'll be down on that side, maybe pop in if we have time. And see what that's all about. Maybe we'll win $50,000. I don't know. And we'll be able to share with you guys what a 50K drawing is exactly. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, so, if you're looking to get off strip, there is a new park that's opening on Friday in the East Valley. And it's really nice. It's going to cater towards horses and horse owners. So it's more of an equestrian park, but does have other amenities for children. So they do have slides and swings and all of that stuff. So this is one of the things that I like about Vegas and getting off the strip. This is a totally free event. They're going to have live music. It's family friendly. And it's a fun thing to do. And the weather in the evenings, it's absolutely perfect to be out and about and do something different here in Vegas if you're looking to get off the strip. There's a new restaurant that's going to be opening on the 10th. You guys may or may not be familiar with this chain. It is a chain restaurant. This is their first restaurant here on the mainland. This is a Hawaii-based chain restaurant by the name of Zippy's. So they're opening here on October 10th, 10:10 at 10:10 a.m. So you find all kinds of like mixed plates and bentos. They're known for their chili. And their fried chicken, absolutely amazing. So that's going to be happening on the 10th. They'll be open after that, but that's their grand opening is on the 10th at 10:10 a.m. Totally worth getting off the strip, getting something different to eat. And that's really a taste of Hawaii because they were born in Hawaii. They've been in Hawaii forever. Super popular restaurant chain in Hawaii. And this is their first mainland opening here in Vegas, which is appropriate because Vegas is known as the ninth island because majority of all former Hawaii residents live in Vegas. Has the largest population. Vegas has the largest population of former Hawaii residents, which is why it's known as the ninth island. There are 8 major islands that make up the Hawaiian island chain. Like I said, major islands because there's thousands of islands in the Hawaiian Islands, but 8 major islands, and so this is known as the ninth island. So they're opening on the 10th. Pretty cool. Check it out. I'm going to be posting on our stories on Instagram. So if you're not following us, give us a follow. Ninth Island Connection on Instagram. Same logo that we have here on YouTube, so pretty easily recognizable. We're going to be posting from the grand opening. Give you guys a look at what some of the food looks like. So check us out. So now the volcano, I may have mentioned this last week, but last week's live was so spotty. I don't know what you guys got or didn't get. So the volcano is still there. So this is confusing because they had originally stated, Hard Rock Hotels had originally stated that they were going to tear down the volcano in October and put in a grandstand or viewing area for Formula One. And then after that was done, they were going to begin construction on the guitar-shaped tower, but not touch the Mirage, what's existing right now, not touch that until after Super Bowl because they don't want to miss out on that Super Bowl money because when they do remodel to convert to Hard Rock, it's going to be a complete shutdown. They're going to shut down the entire property, casino, everything is shutting down while they remodel and reemerge as Hard Rock later next year. But now the volcano is just sleeping right now. So they said they're not tearing it down, but it's not operating at the moment. And what they're saying is that it's due to maintenance, but it will reopen in early December, which I think is hilarious because, anybody with a little bit of common sense knows that they're shutting it down because they're building for Formula One. It's probably dangerous with gas lines and all that stuff. And then to reopen after December, when the maintenance is complete. We all know that it's Formula One, but a lot of businesses are getting negative impact because of Formula One. It seems to me that it's just a PR move. They just don't want to be associated with the negativity that's Formula One, because immediately, if they said they were shutting down because of Formula One until December, people are just going to be like, up in arms. Everybody in town is catering to Formula One, and taking away another free thing for locals and visitors to enjoy, right? So when we're talking about that, I don't know if you guys saw the short that I put up here about Bellagio. The entire sidewalk in front of Bellagio Fountains is completely shut down. There's fencing all around it. So if you want to view the fountain show, you have to view it from one of the bridges that go to Bellagio, or the side by Cosmopolitan. There's that access from Las Vegas Boulevard to the hotel lot. Sorry, like, you know what I'm talking about with my hands, right? But from one of the sides, you can see the fountain show. It's still going off, business as usual, but it's behind the grandstand. So you can't see it from the street side anyway, because they put this massive structure right in front of the fountains. So you can only really see the fountains from higher up and over the grandstands and from the side, or if you're across the street at, what's across the street from Bellagio? What is that? Directly across? Paris. So if you're over there at Paris, you have a straight on view from up in your room. You can see the fountains if you have a strip view, but you can't see it from the sidewalk. People are walking in the street to try to get around the sidewalk. It's a big mess. Because, and again, there's a lot of confusion with traffic cones and things being closed, but still having access between two barriers. There's still access. So can you go in there or not go in there? It's very confusing. Err on the side of caution and just be safe, guys. There are people walking on Las Vegas Boulevard, and pedestrians get hit here every single day. There's a pedestrian being hit, and a lot of times it's fatal in a crosswalk or trying to run across a busy highway or busy road. Just don't do it. Just be safe. And like I said at the beginning of this, if you're coming in anytime between now and the end of November, I'd say like Thanksgiving, expect it to just be crazy, hectic, crowded, and busy anywhere that you are in town, because all the stuff that's happening on the strip is affecting people coming to the strip. There are more people going downtown, especially those that just drive in for the weekend, which a lot of people do drive in. Arizona, Texas, California, Utah, around the state of Nevada. People drive into Vegas and do long weekends. More people are doing that in the downtown area. So it's a lot busier downtown. So just expect that to happen. All right, so let's talk about the two winners. I love talking about winners because I feel like it's going to be me one day. So somebody won at Caesars playing this Dragon Link slot machine. 10 days, 20 minutes, and took over an hour each time. Yeah, Cliff, it's just nuts. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's what's, it's what it is right now. It's just the reality of life in Vegas these days. That's really too bad. Somebody told me they were sitting at the airport for almost an hour waiting for their rideshare to arrive. And like I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons that's taking so long is because I bet you did. That's what I said. Expect for it to take longer, but you're still in Vegas. You're still going to have an awesome time. Don't let the extra time that you're going to be waiting in traffic or waiting for a ride, don't let that hinder your experience. And like I said, please be patient with your drivers, with your servers. Everybody's waiting just like you are. So just expect it to be like that. But don't let it ruin your trip, right? That's something that nobody has any control over. Being angry or upset is not going to make the bus move faster or your taxi arrive sooner. I mean, it's not going to do anything at all. So might as well just expect it and enjoy it. So somebody at Caesars was playing a Dragon Link slot machine. Now these are, they're getting rid of my Buffalo Grands that I love. They're getting rid of my Moolahs that I love. And I am a creature of habit. I always play the same machines when I play slots. I actively seek out the same machines. Um, I've never played Dragon Link, but that's one that's been popping up all over the casinos. Dragon Link, and there's a Buffalo, the Buffalo Ascension, and there's another Buffalo. The name I can see it, but the name escapes me right now. They're popping up all over the strip. So somebody won $1.2 million playing at Caesar's Palace last week on that Dragon Link machine. $1.2 million. And it wasn't a high limit room. They weren't playing like $1,000 a spin like Vegas Matt does. I've never played Dragon Link. We're on the strip this Thursday. We've got a work event that we're going to be covering. We're going to be doing videography for a client for an event on Thursday. So we're going to be down on the strip. And I'm going to look for it. I can promise you that I'm going to look for Dragon Link to play it. Like I said, it wasn't like a high limit room. They weren't playing $500 or $1,000 like Vegas Matt. If you guys don't know Vegas Matt, this guy is crazy. He's got a lot larger budget than I do. He lives here in Vegas, and he does a ton on TikTok gambling, and he's high limit. I've seen him spending like $1,200 a spin. Sometimes I've seen him say, "Oh, I'm only down $30,000 right now after winning a $20,000 jackpot." Kind of nuts, but it's kind of like that living vicariously through somebody, because even if I had that budget, I don't think I could ever stomach gambling $30,000, $80,000 in one pot. But anyway, Dragon Link, it's a hot thing in town. People are winning. So try it if you haven't. And maybe I'll run into you guys there. If you guys see me playing Dragon Link, please say hello. The very same day, right across the street at the Link, the same day at the Link, somebody hit a jackpot Royal Flush Progressive, a mega progressive. They got a Royal Flush, and they won $254,697. Crazy. Right across the street the very same day. So congratulations to those guys. And there's plenty other, I've seen on social media, people winning 20,000, 15,000, 50,000. Somebody won down at the Cal downtown. I saw the holding the big check there. So congratulations to all those guys. These are just like, I thought it was unusual. First, it's two Caesars properties on the same day, not too far apart from each other in time. So that was just really interesting. I wonder if they knew each other. What if they were here on the same trip? That would be even crazier. All right, guys. So let's get into the events. There's a lot going on in town. And like I always mention, you always have your tape faces down at MGM Brand. You always have like your David Copperfields of Vegas in town. Your Cirque shows are still going. Opium over at Cosmopolitan. All of that stuff is always happening here in Vegas. And you know what? We've seen pretty much, I think, every Cirque show, some of them twice, 2 or 3 times actually. And they're absolutely great and worth mentioning. So please, if you haven't seen a Cirque show, check them out. They're definitely worth every single penny. These are some of the events that are happening around town, not just on the strip, that I think are worth note, because some of them are outside events, and then others are just typically not here. So let's see. So we got, and this is no particular order, right? So Downtown Brewfest, if you love specialty beers, craft brews, Downtown Brewfest is happening on 10/7. And that's going to be, well, it's downtown. So just look it up, downtown Las Vegas. That's going to be your area between, I'd say 18 Bin and Fremont Street, that area right there. That's all considered downtown. So check it out. Downtown Brewfest is happening. Reggae Rise Up is happening. Now, Reggae Rise Up is, from what I've seen in the lineup, it seems like it's majority California, reggae style bands that come to Vegas. They do this every year. This is going to be a couple days. So this is going to be at the downtown Las Vegas Center, downtown event center downtown. And that's going to be 10/6 through 10/8. And that's the Reggae Rise Up. A crazy lineup. They've got something like 30 different bands. And of course, there's going to be food. There's probably going to be booths and different things, different vendors there. So Um, Pretty cool thing going on. Vegas Pride is happening, and that's all around Vegas. So all of the different communities do their own thing for Pride. The official Pride is going to be the weekend 6th through the 8th. And there's going to be different events all around town. There's going to be downtown, there's going to be out in Henderson, Summerlin is doing their own thing. So, there's a lot going on. And these are all going to be outdoor events. So check it out. So Vegas Pride is going on. Hot Rod Days is happening over in Henderson. This is if you're a classic car enthusiast, look up Hot Rod Days in Henderson. It's a big event. It's free. There's live music. It's family friendly. And it's just a bunch of really cool cars on about a mile stretch of road over on Water Street in Henderson. And that's a really cool area. There's great restaurants and bars. It's a really cool part of town that I think people just don't know about. It is the city center. It is the Henderson city center. Let's see. Kool and the Gang is going to be over at the Westgate. The Westgate's a great little property. Kool and the Gang going to be there the 5th through the 7th. Kenny Loggins is still doing his thing. He's going to be here at the Palms on the 6th. And I mentioned the Palms because it's such a beautiful property. It's a shame that it's across from the Rio because I think it would do better if there were better properties around it to help support foot traffic in that area. Because it's a beautiful property. The casino is beautiful. The bar is great. The service is amazing. The food is fantastic. So it's really nice. They did a great job. So I like to talk about them. Again, nobody pays us to mention any event or property. This is just purely based on our experience here. So let's see. You have Anita Baker is going to be here. If you're from the 90s like me, you know who Anita Baker is. She's going to be over at the Dolby Theater at the Park MGM. Now, please remember the Park MGM is 100% non-smoking. Anita Baker is going to be there the 6th and the 7th. So check with the Anita Baker event page, not Dolby Theater or Park MGM, for any restrictions that you're going to have bringing in purses or phones, what size it could be, etc. Because that's up to the event itself. So that's up to Anita Baker and whoever's managing that event for her on what they allow to go into the theater. Like I said, cell phone, the size of a purse, etc. Let's see. Joe Jai is going to be over at Michelob Ultra Arena, and that's going to be on the 7th. Pink and Brandy Carlisle, which Pink has been selling out. I mean, her stuff is crazy. Her events are crazy. Pink is partnering with Brandy Carlisle. That's going to be Allegiant Stadium on the 7th. So that side of town. So you've already got all the Formula One traffic. Hold on. There's another event I have to tell you about that's going to contribute. So Vegas Golden Knights are here in town on the 5th and the 10th. So you've got all of this music at Allegiant Stadium. You've got hockey at T-Mobile, which is fantastic. We went to their first game here, actually, their home opener. And they did lose to LA, by the way, but we did go, had a great time. So add all of the traffic, and then you've got Monday Night Football here in Vegas. The Packers are coming to town on Monday the 6th, or the 9th, sorry. Monday the 9th, the Packers are going to be here for Monday Night Football. So you've got Monday Night Football at Allegiant Stadium on Monday. You've got Brandy Carlisle and Pink on the 7th, Saturday. Katy Perry at Resorts World on the 6th. First Friday is happening downtown in the Arts District on the 6th. The Broke the Mouth Food and Music Festival, the first annual Broke the Mouth Food and Music Festival. Check out my Instagram if you're curious what that is. We will definitely be there. It's a big food and music festival with all proceeds going to benefit Maui and those in need out there in Maui because of the horrendous wildfires that recently took place. It's just absolutely devastating. So we're doing what we can here in this Ninth Island community. So like I said, check out my Instagram. I'm actually going to post in the community. I'm going to post up just a flyer so you guys can see what it's all about. We will definitely be there supporting those guys on the 8th. That's going to be Sunday the 8th. So, and that's a family-friendly event. It's outdoors, food, music. It's free, guys. Come down and catch a free concert in the Arts District, which is not far from the Strip. let's see, you've got Lewis Black is going to be over at the Mirage on the 7th. Kathy Griffin, Life on the D List. I remember her from that reality show, Life on the D List. She used to talk about how she just got treated terribly because she wasn't an A-list celebrity. I thought it was hilarious. But she's still around doing her thing. She's going to be at the Mirage on the 6th. Let's see, Sebastian Maniscalco, who is another one that's absolutely hilarious, going to be over at the Wynn on the 8th. You've got U2 here the 5th and the 7th, or 5th, 7th, and 8th over at the Sphere. You've got Dan and Shay over at MGM Grand on the 7th. Tesla, you guys may remember them. Tesla is going to be over at Mandalay Bay at House of Blues on the 7th. Jackson Browne is going to be at the Venetian on the 6th and the 7th. That's some big entertainment going on. And then you've got Monday Night Football. The Packers are coming to town. And then you've got VGK going to be here the 5th and the 10th, Tuesday. So the 5th and tomorrow and Tuesday. And then you've got all of the crazy Formula One construction. So keep that in mind, guys. If you're coming to town, just expect, like Cliff said, if you're going to be on the bus, you might be there on the bus for an hour for what should be a 20-minute ride. But please be patient. Everybody's waiting with you. And I'm sure that bus driver doesn't want to be taking 40 minutes extra sitting on Las Vegas Boulevard, heading downtown on the bus. So be patient and just expect this to be how it is here in Vegas until at least Thanksgiving, because who knows how long it's going to take them to tear down all the stuff that they're putting up, the track lighting that's going up, all of the grandstands, all the barriers that are all around town, all of the fencing. Who knows how long that's going to take to all come down and Vegas get back to some sort of normalcy. And if you're not looking to come here until maybe next fall, guess what? This is every year. Formula One is an annual event for guaranteed 3 years with an option to go up to 10 years. So minimum through 2026, this is going to be happening every single November here in Vegas. So, hopefully, this first time out was just a learning period, and everybody involved has a bunch of notes like I do with some best practices for next time around, and it goes a lot smoother. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was very tough over there. And that's the stuff that we do hear about. We didn't hear about that on the news there, Cliff. And I'm addressing Cliff's comment about the contractor that lost his life over at Bellagio last week. Unfortunate. Something happened on the scaffolding there with the grandstand, and he actually fell in the water. So it's unclear if he was injured, if it was a fatal injury before he fell in the water, or he was injured and then couldn't get out of the water. But he was pulled from the fountain water right there at the grandstand, and they attempted to resuscitate him, and it was unsuccessful. So unfortunate, terrible. And that's only, and I have to say this, the Vegas local news that we see here, our local news, we rarely hear about anything on the Strip. And a lot of times when they do report on things down on the Strip, it's because it's already just gone fire on social media. So like the MGM hacks, they didn't talk about it on our local news for at least 4 days after everyone in Vegas was already experiencing it. And I feel like the only reason they talked about it on the local news is because it was just blowing up all over social media. Everybody was down there talking about what's going on at MGM because nothing was being reported on the local news here. And I know it's because they want to continue to have access to the talents and the properties. So, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you, right? But I think, you should report all of the news, not just the good stuff. People should know. Everybody has a right to know, which is one of the reasons why I love doing these lives, sharing with you exactly what's going on with no opinion, no real opinion, or not very strong opinions, I should say. Formula One is the biggest thing I think that's impacting me, but I'm right down the middle because I do understand the amount of jobs that's creating for a lot of people. And those jobs, that's income. People are feeding their families or paying their mortgages. I get it. I totally understand. And I support that. I totally support it. But, that's why we do this here. Yes.
I just saw that.
What's that? Formula One. This just in. This literally just came in. Just came in 15 minutes ago. So this is just, you guys are hearing it here first. Just announced Formula One is going to be selling tickets for one day at $200 per ticket as a special offer for Nevada residents. So single day tickets for Nevada residents, $200 for Formula One. And you know why? I bet is because people are not spending $1,300 per night to stay at Excalibur for Formula One, because it's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm curious, like, where are they expecting all these people to park? Because you cannot get anywhere near the Strip. So if I live in Henderson, probably, I don't know, 15 to 20 minutes from the Strip. From my driveway to like Flamingo, it's 15 to 20 minutes depending on traffic. But you can't get anywhere near the Strip. Everything is closed all around it on race day. Not now. Now it's takes about 30 to 40 minutes actually if I'm going surface streets. So about twice the time. But where are they expecting people to drive in for Formula One and park? They're probably going to have some crazy shuttle system and different parking lots around town. And you're going to have to jump on a bus. It's going to be a complete mess that we're going to avoid. But I'm sure there are people out there that want to go do it. And you know what? If you do, I hope you have a wonderful experience here in Vegas. And yeah, enjoy. And I mean that sincerely mean that. If that's your thing, do it. And I hope you have a great time. Should be access for free. Even it's crazy. So that's it for the update, guys. I'll just respond to some comments if you guys want to chat for a little bit. I don't really have a lot going on this afternoon because we had the AC getting repaired today, so we didn't really have anything. It's a 10 p.m. race. Exactly. It's just crazy. So where do they expect people to park for Formula One? It's crazy. So crossover to respond to your comment about having access for free. One of the things that they're doing, the pedestrian bridges that are in place, like you're walking from Cromwell over to Caesars, going over Las Vegas Boulevard. So anything that goes over Las Vegas Boulevard, same thing from the Wynn or Venetian going to like Fashion Show Mall on that side. Those regular just pedestrian bridges, they're going to black out the glass on both sides, like blinders on a horse almost. They're making it like this. So if you're going over those bridges, you just happen to be here staying, say, at Venetian, and you want to walk over to the other side, or the Wynn, and you want to walk over Fashion Show Mall just to go do some shopping, but you don't care about the race, they're blacking out the glass on the bridge so that nobody can see the roads. I mean, that's just so crazy how greedy they are. And you can't even just walking across the street get a glimpse of what's going on. Yeah, it's just kind of nuts and a little bit over the top for me. Charging restaurants like a flat rate of like $50,000 if you have a restaurant on the Strip that can see Las Vegas Boulevard and you want to promote your restaurant as a place that patrons can come eat and see the race, you had to pay Formula One a flat rate of $50,000 to be able to do that. Otherwise, you have to black out your windows. That's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. They will make money hand over fist. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Totally agree with you there. Yeah, they're going to make money regardless. And really, so people are talking about why, how Vegas is becoming a sports town, right? The Major League Baseball is coming to town. If it's not the Oakland A's moving here, then it will be another team because the $300 million that was allocated approved by the state, signed off on by the governor. The governor has signed it. So this money is there, $300 million. And he said that if Oakland does not move, that they will build the stadium anyway and go after an expansion team. Just making another Vegas Golden Knight, another Vegas-born sports team. So Major League Baseball is coming here, and the Tropicana is going down. That's going to be demolished, and there's going to be a baseball complex there. They're already broke ground for a basketball entertainment area off of the Strip. That's already done. The land has been purchased. So it's happening, right? And that's evolution. And I'm not opposed to growth. And you have to really just go where the business is, right? If any of you are entrepreneurs, you know that you go where the business is, and you have to expand your business to meet the need of a potential client. What your market needs, you have to offer it to them, or else they're going to take their business across the street to your competition, right? So I get it. And, in 2022, only 37% of the revenue for the state of Nevada was from gaming, which is down. And every single year, it's been down from the year before. Every single year, it's been down. Only 37%. The rest of those dollars are going to entertainment. They're going to, Adele over there that's making $1 million per show at Caesars. They're going to sports. That money's being spent where people will be coming in, like just this weekend. I can't imagine how many people are going to be in town this weekend from the Midwest to watch the Packers play the Raiders here in Vegas. It's already getting cold up there, and they're going to be playing Monday Night Football here. And it's going to be high 80s all weekend. It's going to be absolutely beautiful here in town. And they know that a lot of people are going to come to town for the football game on Monday and just do a long weekend here. And they may not be gamblers, or they may not be the types of gamblers that, your Vegas Mets that are going to spend $20,000, $30,000 in a weekend gambling here in Vegas. They understand that. So they need to kind of get ahead of it. And so that if they get a little bit of money, like T-Mobile Arena, for example, MGM Resorts is part owners. They're partner with T-Mobile Arena because they know that so many people are going to come here for just hockey games and not gamble. MGM is still going to make some money because they're part owner of T-Mobile Arena. So we'll see. I it's a good thing because I always have to go back to it's creating jobs, boosting the local economy here in Vegas, and hopefully one day some of those dollars will make their way to the public school system here in Vegas, because they have a massive situation happening with teachers. The food and beverage union that's striking right now. So these MGM Resorts, Caesars are making record profits. They're making record profits, and they're not giving anybody a raise. Nobody's making any more money. So anyway, it's interesting. Oh yeah, Ole Red is making a lot of progress down there. It's just crazy. Once they built the foundation, if you guys don't know what Ole Red is, that's Blake Shelton's place. If you've been to Nashville, he has one there that's just amazing. So much fun. We absolutely loved it. They're building one right here on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo, which is going to be 4 stories, where the one in Nashville is 3 stories. This one's going to be 4. And once they built that foundation there, it's just like every day there's like more progress. It's crazy how the construction has accelerated. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to that opening up. And that's over there at the Grand Bazaar shops between Horseshoe and Las Vegas Boulevard, which I wonder what they're going to do with the rest of that, if they'll keep it as it is, because I don't feel like the Grand Bazaar shops really matches what's going on with Ole Red. And I think it's called like Four Blondes. Is it Four Blondes, Chris?
Something blonde.
Something blonde.
Four blondes.
I'm thinking Four Non-Blondes.
Yeah.
There's a place like it's Blondes is in the name of the
Bottled blonde or
Bottled Blonde, something like that. That's going to be next to Ole Red there at the Grand Bazaar shops as well. That's going to be a 3-story restaurant, music venue as well. So really interesting. Love it. Love to see this stuff happening. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. It's definitely been a long one, but great conversation. If you guys have questions, comments on videos, I've been a little bit slow. We've been really busy, but I am taking time today. I've responded to a bunch of comments just on the Formula One video. because that one just exploded so much. People are very passionate about Formula One. I'm doing my best to keep up with them. If I don't respond to you right away, I apologize in advance if I don't reply to your comment. If it is something pressing, thank you so much, Cliff. Thank you, Tracy. If something is pressing or you guys just have general questions, I'm a much faster on Instagram. YouTube is just like, on the phone, it's not as easy as being on my Mac, my laptop here to respond to comments there. But if you guys reach out through Ninth Island Connection on Instagram, just send me a message. You have a question, you're coming into town, you have a question about taxis, restaurants, hotels, pools, a brewery that you want to go to, where to watch sports, message us on Instagram at Ninth Island Connection. So much faster to respond to you guys there. Appreciate you guys as always. Thank you so much for the support of our channel, YouTube, our television show if you watch it. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.